Hi everyone, welcome to MSCR Makes. I'm Miss Julia and today we'll be making DIY kinetic sand. For this project you will need a bowl, your corn syrup, flour, cornmeal, oil, I like to use vegetable oil, your 1/4 cup measure, and your measuring spoons. You can pause the video here and go gather your supplies. Now that you've had a chance to gather your supplies, I'm going to move some things out of the way. So here's the recipe for your kinetic sand. We're going to be using 1/4 cup of flour, 1/4 cup of cornmeal, 1 1/2 teaspoon of oil, and 1 1/2 teaspoon of corn syrup. So I'll get started with the first ingredient, my flour. I need 1/4 cup. There's 1/4 cup of flour. Next, I need 1/4 cup of cornmeal. The cornmeal is what gives our DIY kinetic sand the sandy texture. The next thing I'll need are my measuring spoons. I'll need 1 1/2 teaspoons of oil and corn syrup. I'm going to start with my oil because when I use the measuring spoons for my oil first and then do the corn syrup, there's a little bit of oil left over on my measuring spoons and the corn syrup doesn't stick to my measuring spoons as much. So 1 teaspoon, I'll dump that in, and then 1/2 of a teaspoon, and put that in next. You can see how there's still a little bit of oil in there. So I'll do my corn syrup last. 1 teaspoon, put that in, and 1/4, 1/2 a teaspoon. 1/4 would be too little. So after I have all of my ingredients in, this is actually easier to mix with your hands than it is to mix with a spoon. If you wanted to start with a spoon or a fork, you definitely could, but I prefer my hands for this because you'll want to kind of pinch all of your ingredients, pinch and kind of rub them to help incorporate or mix in all of the flour and cornmeal with the oil and the corn syrup. What you want is for everything to be mixed all together and for you not to be able to see any more areas of just flour or just cornmeal. And as you're doing this, remember, press and kind of wiggle or rub your fingers together to help mix in all of the corn syrup. If you don't do the rubbing and pressing, you'll end up with blobs of corn syrup in your mixture, which won't be very fun to play with. It would be very sticky and won't make for a good kinetic sand. So now that I have everything all mixed together, this is what my DIY kinetic sand looks like. It looks really crumbly, but if I grab it and press it really hard, it will hold its shape. But I can poke it or press on it and it will go back to the sandy texture. One thing that I like to do is take a little like recycled cup, and you can pack or press a lot of your DIY kinetic sand into your little cup and unmold it. You can have little tiny sand castles that way. And when you're done with your tiny sand castle, you can just squish it and it'll go back to sandy. I like this one because it also sort of looks like sand since it's yellow. Well, I hope you enjoy making your DIY kinetic sand, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!